Yo, what's up everyone? Welcome back to a brand new video. And in this video we got something fun for you guys. I get this question a lot, and a lot of people like, Dro, they don't know about it. We also got a new microphone, so if you guys can hear me better, that's why. So in this video we're gonna show you guys how to use your paddle shifter. This can be used for regular paddle shifters, or if you have a DCT transmission like the sports cars, like the M cars, or you just have a regular paddle shifter, that's gonna be working perfectly fine. It's the same thing for both of them, so you don't have to worry about it. And this is not just for my BMW, this can be used in any car, FRS, BRCs, whatever other car that has a paddle shifter is going to be working the same way. I'm going to show you step to step how to, and like some tips and scenarios of what will happen if you forget to shift, what's the worst thing that can happen. I'm going to make it clear for you guys. When I say paddle shifters, what I mean is this two right here. The paddle's there, paddle there. This one on the left side of the steering wheel does the minus sign, which is going to be shifting down, which is basically a downshift, and this one is going to be an upshift, which is the plus sign. So it's going to be a fun video. It's going to be really simple. So let's get started with this video. We got Dro recording for us in the back.
Oh, y'all, how y'all doing?
He's helping us record. We got the new mic, so we're going to be recording this. So let's get started, guys. All right, everyone. So let's get started with the basics. What is a paddle shifter? Well, basically the name paddle shifter comes from the transmission called semi-automatic. And what does that mean? It's not really a manual, and it's mostly an automatic, but the word semi stands for the fact that you can switch it to manual mode, which in my opinion it's not manual mode. If it doesn't have a clutch, it's not manual. There's a reason it's called semi-automatic, because it's basically an automatic, 90% automatic. So basically the way it works is a manual transmission has a clutch, and you have, instead of this, you have like a gear stick that you can change the gears 1 2 3 4 5 6. Automatic transmissions, they just have two pedals, and then they have this without this side on the side. So they have park, reverse, neutral, and drive. They don't have semi-automatic, which is this one right here, which is basically the race one. So in semi-automatic cars, how can you see and know if you have a semi-automatic car? It's pretty simple. You just come in your car, and if you see this right here, you see if your car has the MS plus and minus, that means your car is semi-automatic. And in some cases you don't even have to have your paddle shifters, because your car can just do it from itself, like up and down. But yeah, let's get started, guys. So the first thing we're gonna do is I'm gonna show you how to engage the paddle shifter. So the first thing I'm gonna do is turn on the car. The way the paddle shifters work, and I'm talking about in my BMW, but at the same time this can be used in any other car. It doesn't matter what car it is. I'm just using the BMW because that's my example. I don't know if Dro's cars has paddle shifter.
The Mustangs, Camaros, Dodges, yeah, they all have paddle shifters.
Yeah, his Mustang has paddle shifters, and mine is the same thing. All right, so in order to engage the paddle shifters, what you have to do is you come here and you put your transmission into drive, and then you put it on the side. You guys see? It's on the side already, flashing on the plus and minus. And then if you see there, sport, you do it one more time, you press the minus, and there you go. You're totally engaged in manual transmission mode. Even though you don't have a clutch, they still want to call it manual transmission mode. So after that, simple, you're already engaged in it, and then you're going to be switching 1 2 3 4 5. I'm going to teach you right now how to know when's the perfect time to shift. This is not just when you're racing. You can be using this when you're regular driving, which I don't really see the point of doing it, because this is to go fast, and if you're not going fast, you don't really need to use the paddle shifters. But now that you know the basics, how to use them, I'm gonna teach you guys how to know when's the perfect time to shift your car. All right, guys, before we start driving and get into more details, we're gonna be talking about the RPMs of a car. If you guys don't know which one's the RPM, there's gonna be two. One is gonna tell you how fast you're going, which is miles per hour or kilometers per hour, and the other is gonna be RPMs, which is 1 2 3 4 5 6. Mine cuts at 7.5. Each one stands for 1,000. So one will be 1,000 RPMs, 2,000 RPMs, 3,000 RPMs. So how to know when is the perfect time to change gears, which is going to be the optimal RPM. So if you're racing, most of the times you're going to be cutting as much far as possible as you can. You do want to stay away from the red line, okay? Do not go to the red. The red basically means your motor is going to overheat, and you can change the gears way past the optimal point. Instead of making a good amount of power and going fast, you're going to be going slow because you're not changing gears at the right time. Same if you're doing 2 before, you know, if you do the gear change at 3 or 4, and if you try to race, it's not going to be perfect. So if you did it before, it's not going to be good. If you do it too much, it's not going to be good. It's going to be bad. For me, in my car, it's going to be 6,500 RPMs. It's going to be the perfect spot for it. If you guys can see, it even changes. It goes from the red to the white lines right here, and that's basically telling you that's the best point for my car, which is the BMW 335N. What is the best optimal RPM change that you can do? Like I said, your car can be different. Some cars have until 10,000 RPMs. Some of them have until 6,000 RPMs. Drill Toyota has until 5,000 RPMs. So each car is different, but how to know when to shift gears? All right, there's a couple things that we can be doing now. All right, in order to shift gears, there's one thing you need to be realized. You're doing the work for you, okay? The car's not doing it for you. So what does that mean? You're basically driving a manual car without a clutch, which is basically cheating in my opinion. So the way you do it is, if you guys ever driven a manual car, you have to listen to the car's engine when it's time to change the gears. I learned in an old car how to drive manual, so for me it was all about when was the perfect spot, because if not, I was gonna like jiggle and everything. But in this cars, it's the same way. Especially me, I have a lot of exhaust. You don't need to have an exhaust, you can just hear the car. A dumb example, but whenever you're going in first gear, you're gonna go wah, and when you hear that the engine is sounding like forced, it goes like wah, and you know it's time to change the gears because you're gonna damage the engine. Of course, if you're driving fast, you don't need to do that because that's what you're trying to do. All right guys, so I'm gonna show you the example of what I was saying to you guys when I told you have to listen to the car. You're gonna go on the little drive, and then I'm gonna be showing you what you have to look for and how to know when is the best time to change gears, depending if you're just cruising or you're racing. Let's get started. So right now we're gonna be just cruising around, okay? We're not gonna be racing, okay? Just cruising. We're gonna be pulling up right here and start from 0, so you guys get the idea of what I'm talking about. We're gonna put on paddle. All right, let's get started. 1, 2, 3. This is cruising. As you guys see, it's pretty much straightforward. Hear the engine, how it sounds, and before the engine starts sounding the same way, which is forced, you change gears, which is basically around like 2,000 RPM, 3,000. I'm gonna show you right now how your car is gonna sound if you don't change gears at the right time. Like, let's say you're cruising. Once again, you're cruising and you forgot to change gears. This is how your car's gonna sound, and you can mess up your car. All right, you guys saw it? You guys, that's what I'm trying to tell you. The car sounds like it's being forced. It was like, whang. You know what I mean, right? Yeah, that's what you guys want to avoid when you're driving paddle. One more time, listen. Change gears, 3,000 RPMs. 3,000 RPMs. 3,000 RPMs. So this is for cruising, guys. But like, if you guys saw, it was pretty much the same thing, straightforward. You don't want your car to be forced, so basically 3,000 RPMs, 2,000 RPMs is way more than perfect to be changing gears on your paddle. Pretty much simple, straightforward. Now we're going to be going fast, which that means I'm going to be changing gears all the way to 6,000 or 6,500 RPMs before the red line. Okay, so let's get started, guys. Like, one more time, this is the speed test. Listen to the engine and look at my RPMs too. You guys saw, I was changing exactly at 6,500 RPMs, and it was pretty good. Same with the rolling. Look, when you're doing a roller, I'm cruising around at 4,000 RPMs. You guys want to know when is the perfect time to change it and what gear is the best. Right now I'm doing a 40, so basically that would be a 40 roll. So what does that mean? That means I cannot go in 5th gear because look, it's too slow. Let's change it to 4th gear. It's still good, but that's too much. So let's go one more down and floor it. There you go, guys. That was the perfect one. So if you guys saw from a 40 roll, 3rd gear was the perfect one to do it on my car. At the same time, remember my car is modified, but at the same time for the Mustangs and all those cars are gonna be the same way. Let's pull over to the side and do one more test. That was a 40 roll. 3rd gear was the best one. This for my car. Of course, if you have a Lambo, you can do it from 1st gear because, you know, those cars go to 80 miles per hour and 2 on 2nd gear. So from a dead stop, we're gonna turn the traction, not completely off, but 95% off. And then let's do it from 0. And remember, we're trying to race those 6,500 RPMs. How was that, Dro?
Scary right there.
That was nice. Now, we're gonna learn how to downshift. What is downshift? That is downshift, my burble. Downshifting is basically done when you want to slow down fast. In my case, my car pops when you like slow down. When you downshift, one down, that's when basically fire comes out of my engine. And it's an amazing thing that happens, and you have to master it. Why? Because if you don't do it the right way at the same time, your downshift's not going to be clean. It's going to be aggressive. What I mean by an aggressive downshift is when the car toggles to the front and like hits you. What you want is to have really simple, not an aggressive downshift. How do you know when you have good? I'm going to show you right now how to do it. So basically the downshift, what we're trying to do here is when we're going like 5th gear, 6th gear, and want to slow down, or we want to make the car burble, we're going to be pressing the -1, okay? But at the same time, you don't want to do it too much and too fast, because if you're going 100 miles per hour, you don't want to go to or 3rd gear or 2nd gear because your car's going to blow up. Okay, so what we're going to do is be careful, and I'm going to show you right now. What I'm going to do, turn around right now, and then I'm going to show you in this street how to downshift on the perfect time. For this last test of the downshift, we're going to be going fast, and then there's a stop sign over there. So what we're going to do is stop in the fastest way we can. So we're going to be downshifting. So pay attention to my paddles, pay attention to my rep. You guys saw that? I was going fast, and then thanks to my braking and my downshift, I was able to brake faster, which is a pretty good thing. I'm gonna show you one more time because there's another stop sign over there. Let's do a quick brake. Right here. So if you guys saw, and if you guys were able to hear that, it was pretty fast. We broke from going 60 all the way to 0 in 2 seconds. What is that? It's all thanks to your downshifting. Like I said, downshifting can help you, not just your car sound way better, because downshifting is the reason why your car spits fires and burbles, but it's also what helps your car brake faster. Of course, if you have a manual car, downshift is going to be a whole different deal. So I show you guys when's the perfect time to change gears, when you're going fast or you're just cruising. I showed you when's the perfect time to change gears by listening to the engine of the car, and also how to stop your car faster, how to make it burble. All right guys, so that's gonna be it for this video. I hope you guys learn how to use your paddle shifters now, and if you guys have any more suggestions, just drop them in the comments. If you guys want to talk about anything, just drop it down there. And also guys, follow us on social media. Remember, my social media is EdwinF30. I'm leaving a picture right on this side. And also follow Dro's social media, which is Dro 5.0, even though he doesn't have a Mustang anymore. But yeah guys, that's pretty much it. Thank you for watching this video. If you made it all the way through, thank you very much. Subscribe to the channel, drop a like if you guys like this video, share it to your friends and family if you guys enjoyed it. Remember, subscribe to the channel one more time so we can get to 1,000 subs. That's it guys, I'll see you next week. Have fun, enjoy.